Well, we've been looking forward to having an in-service all year. And I'll also sitting here. That's kind of rude. Everybody's up here and you're on your phone.
Sorry.
We have been waiting to have one of these all year long. And the COVID kind of got in our way, right? Who would have thought back in February or March that we'd be all wearing masks today in November? And the truth of the matter is, it's going to be with us in 2021 too.
Yeah.
Right? So this has become our new normal for a while longer. And so we constantly have to remain vigilant. But I'll tell you one thing. There were times in April when Mary Lou and I were looking at the phone calls coming, the number of phone, we tracked that. The number of phone calls coming in for new business. And both of us are sitting there staring at the phone, waiting for it to ring. And it never did in April. Just incredibly. I mean, we had a few calls in April, and it really felt like the world was caving in on us, right?
Apocalypse.
Yep. In May, start ticking up a little bit. June, a little bit more, a little bit more. Now, here we are in November, and our phone numbers are very, very high. Our hours have come swinging back. We're not quite to the pre-COVID days, but the number of clients we have is certainly at the pre-COVID days, so the numbers and the hours are just going to follow that. So we're back, and we're back for, oh, let me see now, about 106 reasons. And here's about 20 of them right here. So thank you very, very much for your vigilance and for sticking through this with us. And this was just a great example of teamwork, of all of us coming together and making sure that Encore Caregivers reached the other side of that. And when none of us knew what was going to happen. And we did. We remained strong, we remained vital, and we are very, very confident about the opportunities we'll be able to bring to you guys in 2021.
You guys,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And to start off, we have some new caregivers in here. We have some caregivers who have been here with us for a while. You thought I was going to say old caregivers.
You can say old.
No.
I didn't say that.
Don't say old.
Wouldn't, come on. So, but I need y'all to kind of refresh as to who we are. If you don't have it locked in, that's Milton, Mary Lou. Okay, that's Liz. Don't be scared. That's Liz. She's not actually 6 feet tall like I am. She's not, but I could either get her in 3 foot, which she would have been mad about, or 6 foot. Her husband said that he's going to chop that up, put it in the front seat, and use it in HOV. So that's Liz, who you talk to all the time. You know our folks back there, Miss Maggie. You know Marielli. Courtney did a last-minute run because I forgot something. I'm sorry. So she's a last-minute run to the office. She'll be right back. Who did I miss? Nobody. And so what we'd like to do, if we could, start right here. Just tell us your name and tell us how long you've been with Encore Caregivers.
Hi, my name is Tammy. I've been with Encore for 6 years.
6 years, girl. Woohoo! Lashina's like,
We'll look that up for you, Lashina. It's been years, though.
Okay, 2 years.
2 years. That's good. 2 years. Okay, we agree on that. 2 years. Madam.
Linda L. I've been here since day one.
Day
Linda,
one.
Day one.
Woo!
Love that. Yes, madam.
My name is Evelyn Melinda, and I've been here, it's going to be 7 years for me.
Yes, madam.
Oh, my name is Thelma Andrew. I've been with Encore, I forgot, about 3 years.
3 or 7. 3 years. Madam.
My name is Genevieve. I don't know how long.
She has no idea.
No idea how long I've been. Probably maybe up to a year now.
Yeah, months and months and months. That's right. There's Cindy
Well, as long
Devlin.
as you keep coming, Genevieve, that's the important thing, right?
Cindy Devlin, our nurse, y'all all know her. She just walked in.
You all know me, right?
She's finished with the police outside. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead, Sylvia.
My name is Sylvia, and I'm going to be 3 months with you.
3 months.
And Miss Constance, I've been with Encore since October 2019.
Here.
My name is Olga Diazes, and I've been with Encore for 3 weeks, I think.
Great to have you.
And that's Miss B, her client, who wanted to come and see what wacky things
A
we're
very
going to do today.
special guest, Miss Bridget.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, madame.
My name is Gloria Miranda. I'm still in Encore for 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
My name is KG Collins. I've been with Encore for 1 month.
Guess what else?
My name is Bridget Arrington, and I've been with Encore for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm Sharonda Williams, 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Jessica Jones, and I think I've been here like 2.5, 3 months now. My name is Bookie. I'm going to be 1 year in December 2nd.
Her anniversary day. Did I miss anybody? No? Wait, somebody's coming in. Let's all look at them. Nice.
Yay! We've been waiting for you.
Just wait 1 second, we'll have her introduce herself. What? You have to come up here, madam, because we're on camera.
Mary Lou.
Yes. What?
Caregivers are ready.
Thinking
Well,
about it on
I
the
just
phone.
had, I was just, you know.
Put that phone away.
Should I?
Put it on vibrate and put it away. So you say, oh my gosh. Always on her
Not that phone again, Mary Lou.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Milton, you have to introduce yourself to the camera. Yeah. Say I'm the client.
I'm the client.
Down.
And I'm the careless caregiver. Please sit down. You look very nice today. Could I fix you some breakfast?
Sure.
You say.
Wait.
Let's wait for an hour or so. I had a big dinner last night. And I'm feeling good right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Freeze. Rewind.
What?
This is a better way of doing this, you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm the client again.
Have a seat. Have a seat. Oh, you look very nice today. Could I fix you some breakfast?
No thanks. I had a big dinner last night. I'm feeling good right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you just took your pills, and I know how you like to take water after that, so let me get you some water. And I saw some laundry back there that I can start on. And I can just straighten up a couple of things, too. I'll get busy. Isn't it a beautiful day? Hello, fall. Don't you love this cooler weather? Beautiful, beautiful.
This is proactive. Getting done what needs to be done without someone asking you, anticipating needs, good, engaging with the client, staying busy. Caregiver rocks.
Yeah, I rock.
Caregiver rock.
I rock.
She rocks. Okay, that was.
Hey, the client wasn't so bad either, was
You're gonna have to step up again.
Courtney's here.
Oh, she is?
Where's Courtney?
Okay, you're the
She's
client
on the
again.
phone. Okay.
Client again.
So you just like client. Okay, client.
Milton is the caregiver, careless caregiver.
Careless caregiver.
I'm the client's family member.
Please sit down. Ms. Marielli, you look very nice today.
Hey, we're leaving in about 15 minutes for the doctor. I just bought Mom a brand new blue blouse. Please help me put it on.
Oh, but I just got Miss Marielli dressed in that beautiful blue blouse that she has on. Oh yeah, doesn't she look great?
Wait, freeze, zero, rewind. Rewind, people, rewind, 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 rewind.
Gotta go back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now let's do it right.
Please sit down, Miss Marielli. You look fantastic today.
We're leaving for the doctor's office in 15 minutes. Could you put the new blue blouse that I just bought her on her? It looks so great.
I say, I just saw it in the closet. Right? I thought you might say that, but you weren't here to ask. I went ahead and pressed it.
Ooh. Pressed it.
It'll be ready to go. That is sweet of you. Your mom loves presents. We'll change now. It'll just take a second.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. You did a great job, caregiver. You're a true politician, making everyone happy. It doesn't have anything to do with the caregiver's preference, but with the client and client's family preference. The caregiver anticipated, what is that?
What?
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 It wasn't me. It
Turn that phone off, Mary Lou.
Okay, but anyway,
Oh,
can I get back to what I was saying?
You can't, it really,
You interrupt.
Oh, sorry.
oh.
Anyway, this caregiver anticipated there was something up with a new shirt, worked to make it ready if needed. She got done what needed to be done without someone having to ask. Therefore, she was anticipating needs, right? She was proactive, kind, thoughtful.
That was he, by the way.
There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Staying busy, that Mr. Shopper. He was a caregiver that everybody thinks rocks, right, client? He thinks so. Good caregiver. That was a good job, Milton. You stood in very well. You might not have recognized that that was Milton's first time being in that position. He still did pretty well, didn't he? Okay. I'm the client.
I'm the client's family member.
Now, that was a good breakfast, wasn't it? And I can't believe that you walked 2 miles right before breakfast and fast too.
Please take Mom's blood pressure.
I can't do that. Your mother just exercised and then ate a large breakfast. I'll need to wait at least 45 minutes for her pulse and respiration to go back to normal. I'll take it now.
Seriously?
Freeze. Rewind. Isn't there a better way that could have been done? Isn't there a better way that could have been done?
Now that was a good breakfast, wasn't it? And I can't believe that you walked 2 miles right before breakfast and fast too.
Please take Mom's blood pressure.
Sure, I can do that. Then I'll take it in an hour or so again after her pulse and respiration go down, and we'll compare.
Oh, that is wonderful. Good job. This is choosing your words very carefully. Getting done what needs to be done, but needs to be done without offending anyone, correct? Even that family member over there. What a politician. Offering the best kind of care. This caregiver over here rocks.
You rock, rock, you rock.
Now you do that great.
I'm the client.
I'm the client's family member.
And I am the careless caregiver. Have a seat, Maria.
Well, come on, Mom, it's time to
Oh!
go to your appointment.
Wait, you're gonna hurt her. Don't do it like that. Let me show you how to do it correctly.
Rewind, isn't there a better way of doing this?
Oh my gosh.
Why, it's family member.
The caring caregiver.
Well, come on, Mom.
Oh, okay, I tell you what, I don't want you to get hurt, and I don't want her to get hurt. I learned a special way to transfer. Can I show you how to do that?
Professional caregiver, getting done what needs to be done the correct way. Using her training, she learned that Encore Caregiver through that nurse, Cindy Devlin. She was able to transfer without offending anyone, keeping everyone safe. This caregiver over here. Okay, the message from these fabulous skits written by Mary Lou Shopper is that caregivers need to work the entire shift in a proactive way, anticipating needs and staying busy. Anything else gets clients' complaints. A very professional caregiver will give the care that is called for in each situation, just like the caregiver was trained by that nurse Cindy Devlin, Encore Caregivers, but will do what the client and the family ask. Any dangerous request needs to be addressed, but respectfully, right? With a follow-up call to the office so that I can address these dangerous situations with the family again, to make sure they understand what we're doing. So that was great, you guys did a good job.
As little as we say we like politicians, if you're a very good caregiver, you're a politician. Because clients and clients' family members do wacky things sometimes, and you have to say, please let me, I'll be glad to do that. Let me show you. I've been trained. We just had a class on that. That kind of thing. Because otherwise, Mom would have been jerked up like that.
And on the floor.
And on the floor. And that would have been a sad, sad situation. Maggie, do you have something to say?
Yes.
What would it be?
I have a prize. A prize. Let's see if, have your tickets out?
Door prize time. How much is it, Maggie?
$20.
20 big bucks for
Gift card.
Oh, I got a late entry.
Late entry. From who?
This is magical right here. And the
Okay.
winning number is?
Okay. Last 3 digits. 918.
918. Woo! Maggie, should we do another one just for fun?
Sure.
Okay. Why not?
Everyone.
Everyone.
A $20 gift card.
$20 going to
924.
924. 924. Okay, guys. Cindy, ready? You guys, we have regular conversations with clients, family members, powers of attorney, cousins, nephews, uncles, loved ones, friends, all the time. And we get some great compliments on you guys, we really do. And so what I did as an exercise, I went back to January of this year, because we record them all, of course, in your files, so you get all these compliments. And so I went back and just pulled some of them, some of the compliments. I wanted to get kind of a wide variety. And I put them down on a little bordered page, and some of them are taped to the back of your chairs. So what we'd like to do, and I'll give you an example, we'd like you to pull the compliment off the back of your chair, how about chair, and you'll read it. And if I read mine, it would say, client's daughter called. The caregiver is out of this world. My dad adores her, and she goes out of her way to take care of him. She is unbelievable. That was an actual comment from a client's daughter. Okay, so what this exercise is to think about that comment and come up with one or two or so words. How did this caregiver get that compliment? Okay, I'm going to try. The caregiver, proactive. She goes out of her way to take care of him. So I'd have to say that's proactive. I don't want to put down unbelievable, but I want to put professional down as well. See how that goes? It's pretty easy. It's just how you interpret it, right? What made this lady call and give this caregiver a compliment? Olga, let's start with you. Read it out loud if you can. I know we have masks, but
These caregivers are exceptional. They are wonderful and know exactly what to do without having to be told.
Without having to be told, is what you said?
without having to be told. So these caregivers are one. Okay, so what does that say to you? One or two words, like an adjective? What do you think it would be? Would it be any of these, Olga? Proactive or professional?
Proactive.
And professional, really?
Professional.
Can you think of anything else? Proactive and professional.
What was the last thing she said?
He's wonderful and knows exactly what to do.
Knows what to do.
Being told. Okay, well, let's leave it. That's fine. Let's leave it proactive and professional. Okay, madam, go ahead.
Client husband called. I know she can't work 7 days a week, but please send her as often as you can.
Right. I know she can't work 7 days a week, but could you send her as often as you can? Wow. Wow.
She really likes that caregiver.
What does that say to you?
Professional.
Professional. Okay, professional. And then something about the,
Caring.
say it again?
Caring.
Caring. There you go, caring. That's what I thought too, something from the heart.
Oh,
We say the caregiver has warm smile and is very attentive to my husband's needs.
Gallery.
Good job. That's it.
Okay. She is very good. The caregiver has a warm smile and is very attentive to my husband's needs and understood what all he needed. What do you think that is saying? Miranda, about that caregiver?
Let me see.
You can make up something new too.
Is professional.
It is professional. Yeah, okay, and understood what my husband needed. Understood.
So knows about the client, right?
Knows about the client, so
knowledgeable.
This is
knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
I like that, knowledgeable.
Spell that, Mary Ellen.
Then maybe that's my husband need. Empathy.
Empathy, I like that. Empathy.
Empathy.
Empathetic.
Oh, we have to be adjectives, so it would be empathetic.
Too much. Yeah, he has much to do what the husband needs.
He knows it.
He's going with
Right,
the
right.
feel.
Okay.
Listen to the husband and knows what he needs. That's good. Empathetic we got. That's
I like
great.
empathetic, that's a good one, that's a hard one.
This is me all day long.
Is
baby.
it, girl?
That's me.
Okay.
We love the caregiver from the moment she arrived. We clicked, we felt pleased with her, she's such a delight.
See, she's such a delight.
That's me. Delightful.
Delightful. You can put delightful.
Like,
That's something, isn't it? Delightful.
I like that.
Okay, and we clicked. How do you click with somebody? Because you're going to get somebody who's really cranky. You're going to get somebody who's just a joy. You're going to get somebody who loves to eat burgers. You're going to get somebody who has filet mignon only. So how do you click with all these different people? How do you click?
You get to know them.
What's a word for that? Yeah? You're personable. Maybe that. Personable to where you can kind of feel them out and see, is that it? Personable?
you have to be very flexible too.
Flexible?
Right.
Flexible, I love that.
Maybe approachable.
I like that. Approachable.
Approachable and what else?
Versatile.
Say it again.
Versatile.
Do you have a mask on or something? You know, like flexible, versatile, I love that. These people have vocabulary.
good words today.
Right?
Oh. Compassionate? I thought we had that on. We didn't.
No, we have
Compassionate.
caring.
Caring, compassionate. Okay, where were we? Somebody, Spooky or somebody? She's the hardest working woman that I know. I love her to pieces.
I think hardworking.
Hardworking, yeah, busy,
Yeah, I told you, how to work.
Reliable.
reliable, love that. Hardworking,
Reliable.
busy, reliable, yeah, all adjectives, so hardworking, and
How about lovable?
lovable, yes, indeed.
It's lovable.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm lost again.
Okay.
So the client daughter called, the caregiver is impressive, combining professionalism with the warmth we love to see.
Yeah. Combining professionalism with the warmth that we love to see.
So it's professionalism, yes.
Say that again?
Professional.
Exceptional. Warm? Can we say warm? Yeah.
Compassionate, caring, yeah.
I'm just telling you, these adjectives are what gets compliments. And they're lovely, and the clients really appreciate that.
Jessica.
Okay, it says the caregiver is a delightful person, smart, caring, interesting, and very likable. I certainly enjoy her company.
Likable, caring, professional, enjoy her company.
Okay, Jessica, what's the adjective you think of?
Smart.
Jessica,
Easy going.
what is it?
Easy going.
Easygoing, I love that. Easygoing. Hey, can I tell you a story about a caregiver who gets to a client's house the other day, and the caregiver was like easygoing with 3 exclamation points on the end of it, and when she got to the door, she wanted to shake the client's hand. The client went, and then she said, and the client went, right? She was kind of that filet mignon lady, right? She really, yeah. She said, I don't even do that with my grandkids. I don't know what that is, right? And so that set up, the caregiver, you know, kind of needed to see what kind of a person the client was before she injected herself into it. Yeah, that was a mistake. She wouldn't see her that day.
So the
Send
client didn't
caregiver
even let her
away.
in, right?
Huh?
The client didn't even let her in the door.
Client didn't let her in the door. Yeah.
Right away.
It just happened this week, yeah. And, you know, the caregiver meant well by it. You know, she was trying to be friendly and relaxed and let's laugh it up. Well, this lady is a retired professor and she's not really in that zone. You know what I'm saying? It's not her. It's not her at all. And she let us know. Can we start here? Okay.
I can tell that she loves what she does. She is a joy, is very, very special.
I can tell that she loves what she does. She's a joy, and she's very, very special. So, if you love what you do, what's
Passionate.
Passionate, too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Compassionate. Okay, so she's compassionate, but she's also joyful. Can we say that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Upbeat, joyful.
Upbeat. I like that too. Love it. Love it.
All right, Ms. Elk.
Linda.
This caregiver was the only caregiver who actually encouraged my husband to be active. He even took my husband on a nice walk. What melted my heart was when I came in the house with groceries. He came running to me and asked me to please allow me to get all the groceries in the house.
Okay, so he was the only caregiver who encouraged the husband to be active. The only one. I don't know how many they had, but I hope it was very, very few because she didn't like that the other caregivers didn't encourage him to be active. What melted the lady's heart was when he saw her struggling with groceries and he said, no. Let me go out to the car and get all the groceries and bring them in.
Was he taking care of her? No.
No, wasn't her client. She wasn't his client.
Right, but he went that extra step, right?
Right, the extra mile. She loved it, absolutely loved it. So,
He was encourageable. Because he was encourageable and he was well-mannered.
Well-mannered.
well-mannered, I love that. Well-mannered. Maybe encouraging. Do you think that's it? Encouraging.
Was she persistent? Did she stay with it?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, to a point. She did. The client's now in another facility, but she went with that caregiver. always ask for that caregiver again. It made a big difference in her life. He had dementia, and is the only one that can really work with him, and it made a big difference.
Encouraging.
Yeah.
G-I-N-G. And E-R-E-T-E-R. Okay, great.
Next one.
I love these compliments, makes me happy.
The caregiver did a wonderful job with mom. She only needed a little guidance in the beginning and then was able to do everything for her. She was even able to get mom to take a sponge bath, which she hasn't allowed in quite a while. We would like her to be mom's caregiver as often as possible.
So she got shown what to do in the beginning, because you don't know the client's routine, right? But she picked it up, she went further and was able to do something with that. She knew, she had the knowledge, right, of how to get the client to do something that she didn't really want to.
That's a trick. It really is a trick. And it's confused spouses before. She'd never do that for me. Why is she doing that for the caregiver? I'm thinking of Mr. W. You know who I'm talking about? And so, yeah, it's like, what? Well, you're cranky, or you're ornery, or she feels like she didn't have to listen to what you said. But the caregiver is a trained health professional, and in this case, got the lady to take a bed bath or whatever it was. Yeah.
Which is very difficult.
So did we go for professional again? I think that's it, professional, and then maybe, has really good interpersonal
I think
skills.
proactive too.
Proactive too. Okay, just put that on.
Patient.
Patient. I love that. Patient.
That's what we all need, patience.
Right.
Velma.
Elna.
She is the best caregiver that I have ever had. She went the extra mile and even went to the refrigerator to get rid of things that were expired.
Best caregiver I ever had. Even did things like going into the refrigerator and throwing out expired food. What? They didn't even consider that to be a job.
But she asked before she threw it out too, which is a great thing.
Say it again?
She asked before throwing it.
Oh yeah, asked. Sure, asked.
That caregiver is actually here.
Where? Yeah, absolutely fabulous. Brenda.
The caregiver is so sweet and kind. She is an excellent safe driver, and her car was the cleanest car that I have ever seen.
There you go.
Excellent safe driver and the cleanest car I've ever seen. Is that important, really?
Yes.
When was the last time, Cindy, that we got a complaint, or Courtney, we got a complaint about a car being absolutely filthy? And I never want to go with that caregiver again, so don't send her.
That was yesterday. The client complained the caregiver had peanut shells in the front seat. It was nasty. It was stinky.
She had to dust the seat off before she could sit down.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine getting into a car like that?
No.
I can't.
Well, yeah, my son.
Oh, well, yeah.
Sylvia.
Mine's a goal. These caregivers, disposition has been the best of all.
Disposition was the best of all. So what is
Disposition. What do y'all think that means? Like disposition.
your disposition? Your attitude.
You're disposed to be cranky, or you're disposed to have joy. So it's your attitude. Yeah.
Right. So you go into that
patient, good,
joyful or attitude. I want attitude.
And what did we say? Attitude. Yeah. Did we say no? Was attitude?
How about positive attitude?
Okay.
Positive attitude. Okay, attitude. I don't want a caregiver coming in that's cranky, right?
No. Or even silent. Let me get busy. Excuse me, Miss Melendez, can you sit down now? I'm going to do the laundry, okay? I'll be back in 5. Yeah, that's not going to appeal to a whole lot of people, although we don't have a lot of caregivers like that. But everybody has good days and bad days, that's true. Well, okay. Okay, so where are we? Right back here.
The caregiver has been absolutely amazing. My father and mother both love her and wish she could be there all the time. She has done everything from caring for Dad, taking care of the cat to laundry.
Taking care of the cat, doing laundry, doing extra things, plus taking, the most important, taking care of the dad, right?
Cindy, camera, you gotta be up here for the camera. So she takes care of Dad, she's amazing. We want her here all the time, that's what I heard, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, we want her here all the time.
She takes care of the cat too, right? So she
Oh,
does
and the
all
cat,
that.
she even takes care of the
Well,
cat.
that's an extra little job you have to do
And
sometimes.
wish she could be there all the time.
Yeah, and that translates to longer shifts, and it also can and has many times translated into overtime. It really has.
I know in some clients, they are very, very attached to their pets. The cats, the dogs, so any kindness you give that pet, they appreciate too, you know.
Yeah, we had a caregiver yesterday. What did she say? She'll come in and say hi to the client, you know, and this and that. And she'll go, hey, dude, to the cat,
cat.
which is it's a biter. He bites. So if she didn't say hi, she feels like, you know, the cat. But it warms the client's heart,
It does.
even though she doesn't give, you know, 50 cents. I just said that. It wasn't the client, caregiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the caregiver has been very friendly, helpful, and willing to help.
She's willing to help. What is that? Willing to help. Energetic, maybe? Busy?
Amiable, pleasant,
Huh?
pleasant.
Pleasant. Do we have pleasant down here? Okay. And so, busy was one. Pleasant, I thought we did, but no, put that down. Pleasant.
You know, she's willing to help. I like that, but I like proactive helping before having to happens. But she's willing to help, and that's.
Okay, where are we now?
Miss Brown,
Miss Brent?
look alive.
Read it loud and proud, girl.
Stand up and read it to the crowd. She's talking to me, no one else can hear this.
Tell the caregiver that she is an adorable daughter, was very professional and is doing a great job. She reads my hands like no one else.
She reads my aunt like no one else. What does it mean when you read somebody?
She reads my aunt like no one else. I know who that was, too. Little sweet thing.
They know the person, right? They know what the person's feeling.
They're a listener. Did we have that down? There you go. Listener. So they can, you know, they can determine, get a feel, like that caregiver I just gave you an example of, who wanted to, you know, no, that didn't work for that client. So she needed to take it easy and figure out what works for the client, right? Have you ever met somebody, or maybe it's a family member or something, and you go to say goodbye, and you're like, you know, you don't know whether you kiss them, do I hug them? I mean, they're like my third cousin 4 times removed, you know, do I, that kind of thing? It can be very awkward. But y'all are professionals, so you just go right around that, and you just take cues off of what they do. Okay.
I like her, and her car is so very clean.
Oh, her car is very clean. I like her, and her car is very clean.
I like her, and her car is very clean. So
That seems to make a difference.
it does make a big difference. Clients, and you know it very well, they're judging you all the time. What you look like, how you act, do you know your skills, what you sound like, what your car looks like inside. Do they care for me? Could they possibly care for me? Because this car sure is filthy. You know, they have doubts. We don't want to put any doubts in their mind. Just let them know we're professional, taking care of them. Professional.
Professional?
Definitely.
Hey, Miss Margaret, what is yours say?
Client call. The caregiver is a great caregiver. Of all the caregivers that have been sent, she's the only one that meets my needs.
Uh-oh.
Meets my needs is what it is.
Only one. So we don't know how many caregivers were sent to this lady, but this is the only caregiver who met her needs.
I hope it was only 2 caregivers.
I hope it was only 2. And so, is that a skill thing? Do you think that is? That the first caregiver didn't know how to take blood pressure? Or the first caregiver didn't know how to transfer? Or do you think it was more on the heart side? What do you think, Olga?
More on the heart.
More on the heart. That's how I read it anyway, that it was more on the heart side. She met my needs. She knew I wanted to talk. She knew when I didn't want to talk. You know, she knew about me. me. She cared about me. She listened. That's what I think. Yeah, know who I am. That's exactly right. Miss Sheena, would you please come? Don't be
come up.
Don't be shy.
One in the corner over there.
Very attentive, sweet, and always wanted to help me with something. If I could keep her all the time, I would.
If I could keep her all the time, I would. She's sweet and attentive. Do we have sweet down there? Attentive. Attentive. I think we have, no, maybe we do.
No.
Uh-oh. Look how many, guys. Good Lord. Okay.
I like her. She's very professional and elegant. She's wonderful, someone very pretty, and I'm very happy with her.
Very happy with her. She's professional and elegant.
Elegant. What do you think it means by being elegant?
The way you carry yourself. I don't think it's necessary to be elegant. I mean, I'm a gardener and I was a sports girl growing up, and I don't consider myself elegant, but it's a plus. It's definitely a plus. And do you think if somebody, a caregiver who was elegant, if she rang that doorbell to Miss Kay, you know, the caregiver that was turned around and they wouldn't see her because she tried to do the, thing, if she was elegant, do you think she would have done all that? No. No, she would have been self-possessed enough to stand there and take cues off the lady. Hello.
But this also is with COVID, right? We're not going to do the interaction with a handshaking or.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, the COVID comes into it, but also the lady said to me, Miss Kay said, I don't elbow pump with my grandkids. I don't do that.
That was not a good initial.
It was not a good impression. No.
Look at all the actors we have.
We have patient, proactive, versatile, professional, caring, approachable, knowledgeable, empathetic, delightful, personable, flexible, positive attitude, listener, sweet, hardworking, busy, reliable, exceptional, warm, easygoing, compassionate, joyful, upbeat, well-mannered, encouraging, pleasant, attentive, and elegant all by itself.
What we have most of is.
Oh, I love that. Who said that? There,
Sheena.
Sheena.
I was reading the one on the back of the empty chair.
Oh.
Courteous.
Courteous.
Respectful, courteous.
Excuse me, Cindy, could I get on you?
That was very respectful and courteous.
Okay, so we're going to do a little turbo round for the last few that I have here. And y'all just yell out. I love it when y'all yell out. I have 5, 6 maybe. Client's daughter called. The caregiver is doing a great job. She's very calm and compassionate. She's been awesome. I mean, it says it right here, right? So calm. Did we get calm up there? No. We should. Calm. Compassionate. We have that up there.
Competent.
Competent. That's a good one. Competent. The client's wife called. The caregiver is such a pleasant lady. Please send her when the regular caregiver is off. Trying to give her more hours. I like her. We have pleasant down there?
Oh, we should.
Yes, down here. Okay. What is this, Cindy?
I don't know. Oh,
It says nurse's compliment.
that's my compliment.
That's the nurse. So, the thing of it is, when we get compliments, and it's not just her either, anybody in the office, we get a compliment from somebody, we don't let it fizzle and go off into the universe, right? We put it down in the RSP on your record, so everybody knows.
Give out compliments, correct?
That's what I'm saying. We give, oh yeah, when people call in, we write it down, and then thank you, Cindy. We give out compliments. If somebody was just super special to me, I'm like, God, man, they're great. We put it in. We do. We're pretty good about it. Okay, here, nurse's compliment. You are wowing us. Doing a great job with your first client. I am putting the compliment in your file. Good work. I wonder who that could be. Who did that? Oh, the rock.
She's only been with us a couple weeks, and she's been impressive a couple of weeks, so she is a compliment.
Impressive. Client's husband called. Oh, I know who this is. You have sent an angel to care for my wife. The caregiver has been absolutely wonderful. I'm extremely pleased with the care you provided. Okay, so let me tell you a story about this caregiver. She's not here, so we can talk about it. So she's a live-in, okay? And she is just loved by the family, loved by the lady. This lady was like, I'm not eating. I'm not taking a bed bath. I'm not. And then the caregiver gets in. It totally changes. And the husband got a little bit offended, I think. I'm not sure. But it worked out really well. I mean, the lady just responded to her. But anyway, she's a live-in. In the morning, the sun has not come up yet. The caregiver takes the garbage. She's in her gown. And she goes outside and she drops it. She turns around. Darn, the door closed. Darn, the door locked. Darn, my client is not ambulatory. Darn, the husband is out of town.
Oh my God.
Okay, so darn, my phone is inside. So what does she do? Boom! Yes, she did.
You have to.
Broke it off the hinges. So we call her linebacker. True story. And what did the husband do? Had the door. Had the door repaired, and was so pleased that that caregiver prioritized his wife like that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have how many options? One, break the door down. Okay.
But that also is a good lesson, that if you're going anywhere with your client for a long walk or something like that, that we don't push having your cell phones. That's a really good time to have a cell phone. Because something might happen and you're out there passing cars and waving them down, but you have no way of helping.
In your nightgown.
Mm-hmm. And when you go and take the trash out, you know.
Yeah, you need to probably dress, yeah. Okay. Okay, the client's son called. The caregiver did such a wonderful job with Mom. Mom would really like her as her permanent. We like the fact that she's so calm and sweet. You see it here? Yeah.
Yeah, on top.
Calm and sweet. So sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror, you know, and do a self-assessment. But if you look up here and say, is that me? You know, is that me? Am I patient? Am I proactive and versatile and professional and caring, calm, and am I all those things? Because I can tell you that this is what gets you compliments. This is what gets clients so happy with you. This is what gets additional hours and even leads to overtime. It really, really does. It really does. And we try to write down everything, guys. Absolutely everything, so that we don't lose it to time. Okay. All right, okay, all right.
Guess what time?
Oh, yay.
That's my bad.
It's that time.
I don't know.
What?
Again, with the phone.
Oh, well, it just.
You're very professional. You're not.
I was just being, okay.
Sorry.
Put on vibrate, Mary.
No excuses.
Okay.
Okay, get your tickets out. We have
How much, Maggie? 25 big American dollars.
And the winner is 914.
914. Wait, check her ticket. She raised her hand before. She's a rogue hand raiser.
Ms. Mays,
Well, I know many of you in this room, when I say home care calls, you think of somebody's calling me to ask me some questions, right? We started a program in 2016 where we hired an outside company to call 20% of our clients every month and 20% of our caregivers every month. And I know many of you have gotten those phone calls. Well, actually there are 1,700 other agencies across the United States that they surveyed. And they asked each client and each caregiver the same set of questions. You know, when they ask you those questions, they say now, for example, Encore's training program, rank that 0 to 10. They made you rank every one of those questions. They make every client rank every one of those questions too. So in that way, they can determine who's the better agencies and what agencies have some work to do, right? Well, I'm so very proud of this, that in 2019, remember we started in 2016, 2019, we get a phone call in January that said, congratulations, Encore Caregiver. You've been named Best of Home Care Leader of Excellence Award. The only company in Houston to win the award. Well, I was right, but thank you is in order because that's coming from you guys, right? You guys made that happen. By doing what? By doing all this, right? That's what made that happen. But as I was thinking, we won that in 2019. Now, to really make that thing meaningful, we got to win it in 2020, right? January 2020, here comes that phone call. Congratulations, Encore Caregivers, 2 years in a row. Best of Home Care Leader of Excellence Award. That's awesome. You're awesome. Right? Now, we decided at that point, boy, if we could do it once, we're great. But if we can do it twice, we're awesome. And if we can do it every year for the next 10 years, we're the best in the nation. Right? So, that home care pulse is a very, very important thing. It taught me something. It taught me why we're successful. It taught me why we made it through the COVID. And I'm looking at about 22 of those reasons sitting right in here. It was your dedication to it. Gosh, remember back, nobody knew whether they should go to work or whether they shouldn't. Caregivers were afraid of going into homes and coming out with the COVID and bringing it home to their kids, right? That was a big fear. Clients were afraid of having caregivers come in their home and bringing the COVID into the home. Nobody knew what to do. But we learned it all together, didn't we? That was a huge team effort. We learned that all together, how to deal with it, how to cope with it. And yes, we had some clients that were COVID positive. As a matter of fact, in March, we were getting all kinds of phone calls from facilities around town, from other agencies saying, hey, if we get a COVID client, a COVID patient, COVID client, will you guys come in and provide care? We said no. That yes, we handled COVID clients, we had caregivers that came in, we had caregivers that we had to quarantine. But that was all for Encore. We said, we're not going to take any outside COVID clients. And that was such a great decision. Yes, the money was tempting and all of that, but it wasn't worth it. We wanted to focus on ourselves and keep ourselves happy, healthy. So a big thank you for all of that. Now, one thing about this that I thought about. And I got this impression by listening to the many phone calls that Cindy gets over the course of the day. It's like the powers of observation that great caregivers like you have. And as I was listening to those calls, it became pretty apparent to me. I wanted to ask you the question, who is the first one to notice even the smallest changes of condition in a client? Caregivers are, absolutely. And a lot of times even before the family members do. Family members are so very, very emotionally attached, and so are caregivers, but sometimes that emotional attachment kind of blinds them to actually seeing what's going on. Those powers of observation that you have has improved the quality of care, improved the health of many, many of our clients. You were the first one to kind of bring up the flag, something's going on here, Cindy, you need to come out and take a look at this. But you take that power of observation that you have, and you turn that into anticipating what the need might be. Take some action on that anticipation. You got the definition of being proactive, right? Use that power, that skill of observation that you have, and convert that into action for the caregiver, for the clients. We'll be getting those, we'll be getting the awards, and further, we'll be getting a lot of new clients. Because I'll tell you what, when clients are saying this about us, when their friend down the street needs some help, who are they going to tell? Who are they going to say to call? Absolutely, and it happens many, many, many times. Thank you very much. That's why we are very successful. That's why we're a very stable agency, and that's why we're going to be here another 10 years and beyond. So thank you very much.
I wanted to say one thing, and I had to step out, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating him, but when we first started with Home Care Pulse tried to explain the process to us, that your caregivers will be called, your clients will be called, and they'll ask questions like, does Encore Caregivers significantly improve your quality of life every day? And the client rates is 1 to 10, and that's a big, broad spectrum, and it's kind of scary, isn't it? Every day, significantly improve? Or they'll ask the caregivers, would you recommend Encore Caregivers for employment? Do you have the training opportunities that you need at Encore Caregivers? Do you have great communication with the office? One of the things that it was scary, it was very scary to get I'd hate to have a 1 to 10 ranking on me from everybody. That'd be scary. But anyway, the thing of it is they warned us, they said, well, it takes a while. The client side to understand so that you can change course and make your operations better so you can win those awards. And on the caregiver side, you need to let the caregivers know what you're looking for and how you're trying to help them, and so their scores will be, will build over time. But please allow 8 months or so before you get employer of choice, because your caregivers aren't going to rate you, here early on. It's going to take a while. I want you to know within a very few months, 3 months as I remember it, maybe 4, we had an employer of choice. Very high ratings from our caregivers. And we're always trying to get better, guys, get better and better. And Cindy's just about to talk about something that is going to, I think, wow you. And it's us working every day to get better and better. And I just want you to know that we appreciate you very, very much, and we listen to you. So if there's something little or something big out there that you need to talk to us about, please call and talk. It's the best way. It is the absolute best way. Okay, and now, Courtney and Marielle.
All right. Hello, ladies. Hello. Y'all asleep today. Let's have some fun. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a paper that's supposed to be turned face down, Evelyn. Hold on. Face down. Okay, so we just talked about complaints, right? You guys read the complaints and everything. So we're going to have a little fun with the complaints, all right? So we want you guys, we went from the top 10 complaints from clients, but we took 6 of them, right, Mary Lou? And what we want you guys to do is put them in order from 1 to 6, 1 being the most complained about from clients, and 6 being the least. All right?
Now, Courtney, this is from a national survey. So
That's
it's not
right.
our clients. It's nationwide what clients are saying about caregivers.
Mm-hmm. So, we can't help you guys. Y'all can't help each other. You're on your own. So, when I count any questions before we start this game.
Okay,
No?
everybody should have their key and be walking around.
All right.
Bridget don't have
You
one.
had it, that's why.
Oh, okay.
So the one that's turned face down, when I count to 3, give 1 to your neighbor, flip it over, and start. Everybody have a pen?
No.
Nobody have a pen? Y'all don't have any pens? All right, we'll get you a pen. Hang on. Keep it face down, though. Face down. Face down. Yes. All right. When we have all of our pens, let me know. right, Buki needs a pen. All right, are we ready?
Got it? Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Turn your paper over and start. Good job.
I got it.
What is it,
All right, so let's read it off. So number 1, caregivers aren't trained properly. That's the number 1, right?
Yeah. That's overall nation, right? We're not talking about Houston, Texas. Overall.
Number 2, let's come up here with my big mouth. Number 2, too many caregivers or lack of consistency in having the same caregivers come.
They want the same caregiver.
That's right, I hear that a lot. Number 3, caregivers are late to shift or don't show up at all. That makes Mary Ellen and myself have heart attacks.
2 weeks ago, Courtney, how many no-call, no-shows do we have?
4 in 1 week. I was ready to throw the towel in that week.
2 were brand new caregivers, brand new. Came in, or went through orientation, accepted a shift, looked us in the eye, next day didn't show up. What do you think we do? Call, 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 emergency contact, call, 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 text, text, call, call, no response.
Well, the worst thing was a new client. Caregiver. That was the first impression of Encore.
All right. Number 4, caregivers playing on their phones, watching television, or sleeping while they're on their shift. We're there to care for the clients, you guys. They have us there for a reason. And number 5, poor client caregiver compatibility. I hear that a lot sometimes. And number 6, rude office staff.
I hate that.
I know, that's number 6. But I love y'all. All right, what time is it?
Time for another one.
How much is it?
$25.
$25.
And the winning number is...
It's on the floor. There's one on the floor right here. Oh, that might have been the winning person.
Back in there. Ready?
Yes.
910.
910!
Hey, Mary Lou, come on, man, put that phone up. You always on the phone. We're supposed to be concentrating on the in-service.
It's not like I'm addicted to the phone. I can put it down anytime I want to. See?
Are you sure? You've been on it the whole time?
I'm sure.
Sorry, Cindy.
That's it. Phones have become part of our lives, but unfortunately, it's important that our clients don't appreciate it. We have so many complaints. I'm sorry, guys. There's 2 big complaints we get. One, our caregiver's always on the phone, which I find hard to believe, always on the phone, but that's the way the client sees you. You're always on the phone looking at something. Sit down, look at it. I do that all the time when I'm home because there's always something I want to look at, but you get addicted to these things. That's why we ask you to please put it on vibrate. We know there's family emergencies out there. You might have to check every once in a while, but don't sit on those phones. I can't tell you how many times clients complain about that. The second one is sleeping. I don't work night shifts anymore. I did work night shifts in a hospital, and I know how hard it is to stay awake. But our clients are paying for us to stay awake. So you have to find ways to stay awake at night. this is an opportunity where you might be able to use your phone. And so if the client's sleeping, resting, and you need to read something, that might be the time. A book might be a time or something like that to occupy yourself. Things you can do to stay awake. Now, people work night shifts here. Does somebody have one clue that they use that helps them stay awake at night? Anybody? Over here.
What I do with my client, I try to keep him and his wife up because he get up multiple times.
You have a client that is up during the night a lot.
Yeah, so that's why I try to keep him and his wife up, just like a baby.
Keep them up at night?
Talk,
Okay.
crack jokes.
Yeah.
But
But your client is very unique because he likes to be up at night. Most of her clients need their sleep,
Right.
She can't sleep. Who is at a night shift where their client actually does sleep? Genevieve, what do you do for you to stay awake when he's sleeping or she's sleeping? What do you do?
Watch some movies,
Watch
play games
movies.
on the phone.
You might have to get up and down a few times.
Yeah, my client, I have to actually get her up every 2 hours, to change her because, she's
Right.
really incontinent.
And you take care of her, all her needs. She goes back to sleep, but you have to stay awake in case she needs to get up. So watching movies or something at night, that's appropriate at that time, and we encourage that. Now, all you guys are great caregivers. That's why you're an Encore caregiver. But we have some exceptional ones who might give us hints on how come they are exceptional. And so I'd like a few people to tell me why. In the back, we have Jessica Jones. She's a new caregiver, and I have to say, I've been impressed with her because I've come in on her on shifts. She accepts shifts, right, Courtney? Thank you, Jessica. But I've seen her come into situations which are difficult, but she handles them in a calm manner. She doesn't get flustered. She doesn't. This is what I've witnessed anyway, Jessica. So as a challenging condition, she just goes with the flow. She learns and goes with the flow, and I appreciate that. Another really good caregiver is Miss Thelma over here.
Really?
Yes, she is. Thelma is with a client that's very unique. She has an advanced dementia, correct? She still ambulates very well. This is a different kind of dementia. So how many times do you have to go for walks, Miss Thelma? 4 times a day they have to go out for walks, and the challenging part is this client gets tired in the middle of the walk, so you're out there, and she decides she's going to sit down. What do you do then, Thelma? How did you handle this? You wait a few seconds.
Yeah, just give her a minute,
Uh-huh.
stand up,
Uh-huh.
and then she will start back.
Okay. Yeah. But you have to work with her, right? And
Yes.
please have your cell phone with you in case you need it, right, an emergency. But she's a challenging client, and she's been your client for how long?
2 years.
2 years. She's doing something right, and she's made this family so much happier because of that. Thelma teaches other caregivers that are coming on. She's always there to teach, but she knows the ways of this client and what works for her, right? And thank you so much, Thelma. We appreciate that.
You guys, I'd like to add, watch this. Don't hit her, she's a lady. I'd like to add something, too. And that would be that you know your job. And your clients very often don't know your job. They think they know your job, but you're the healthcare professional. So you come in, and I tell every new caregiver this. You come in, and they'll say, oh, you're working 9 to 9, 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. Here's your pillow, here's your comfy blankie. Here's the TV remote control, and there's some fluffy house shoes for you to wear. Are they trying to be mean? No. Are they trying to just, to make you mess up? No. But you have to say, thank you so much, man, but we don't sleep.
We do.
Thank you, but we don't.
We have some sweet ladies that do that.
We have sweet
And then
people.
they'll call and complain, well, she was sleeping.
Didn't hear me. She was snoring and woke me up from the next room. How about this? A client, not too long ago, said to the caregiver, you want to watch a movie? She goes, sure. So he turns on a movie. Have you seen this one before? She goes, no. He goes, are you interested in this at all? She goes, no, not really. And he goes, oh, but you can watch a movie on your phone. So she goes on Netflix, she watches a movie on her phone, and his comment to the office, she was on the phone the whole time.
He actually said that.
He actually said that. And so, or they'll say this, Linda, you look tired today, babe? Are you feeling okay? They're gonna lead you down the wrong path. Because Linda will go, oh, yes, I'm tired, because you know what that kind of thing. You're there to lift people up. You're there to be a healthcare professional. And I just have to say this, that you have to be a thinker, thinking on your feet. Because they don't mean anything mean by it. Are you tired? You look tired. Is everything okay? That kind of thing. So just be sensitive to that, to where you say, no, I'm good, let's go have breakfast. No, I'm good, let's go for our walk. That kind
So
of thing.
we're here for the clients, we're not here for them to know about our personal stuff. Sometimes they want to start talking about your personal life, your kids, what's your problems and all that.
You get yelled at. When you try to change the subject, you get yelled at.
Oh, well, that's a very
I also wanted to
particular-
say that I have another great caregiver that has been dealing with a very, very hard client. And you know what I enjoy most is we have maybe about 65 clients out there, and I cannot know what's going on with 65 clients. The only way I know is by you guys calling. And I appreciate the calls, I really do. Don't think that they're disturbing. They're not disturbing at all, because I would not know what's happening with that client. Hey Cindy, there's a problem. He hasn't been drinking. Hey Cindy, there's a problem. He's not as active. He's kind of tired. He's not his usual self. UTIs are very prominent in this environment. The elderly people get UTIs, urinary tract infections. Can you prevent them? Sometimes you can. How can you prevent a UTI? You notice that they're not drinking fluids like they used to drink. So what can you do? Awful fluids, right? But you might catch this early and say, Cindy, he's not feeling good. He's acting a little different. He's a little disoriented. Maybe it's the start of a UTI, and I can tell the family that prior to them going into the hospital. They might catch it early. So you guys are my eyes and ears. You are the eyes and ears of these clients. Please call the office with any little fact. We appreciate it. We really do. We have Linda L. She has a client that's very, very difficult, would you say?
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say. She's challenging, let's say, and she's very, very challenging. But Linda will report to the office, tell us what's going on. We would not know. We try to work with this client. We try to work with Linda. That's what we're there for. We want her to be happy. Sometimes we'll never be happy, but we'll do everything we can to make them happy. So we appreciate every one of you. Every one of you has done something great, and we appreciate it.
I have a story, I have tons of stories to tell. They put me in orientation to tell stories. But I want to tell you this story, and it's along the lines of, are you tired? You don't look like you feel well today. That kind of thing. Okay. Here's the story. We had a caregiver who had a Galleria client in the morning, and then she went down to Sugarland later in the day. And so when she gets to Sugarland, the wife of the client says to her, you look very tired. Are you all right? And the caregiver goes, yeah, sure I'm tired. It's Tuesday. Because on Tuesday, the son comes at the other client, and he's a micromanager, and it's ridiculous. He's all over me all the time. And I'm having to fix lunch for him, and plus his sister came today. And they don't get along, they're just like this. And so, it was just, the whole time I was there. When she finishes that, the wife of the client calls us and said, does she talk about us like that when she leaves? Lost her job, lost it. And it was a very nice situation down there. But even though she acted like she wanted to hear, she shouldn't be hearing any of that. So, and that's still part of it. They lead you down the path sometimes, just trying to be nice. Right? So be really, really, really careful about that. Okay, you guys, I think that we're ready to put it in the wrap-up mode.
Okay,
First,
wrap-up
big deal.
Wrap-up mode. The first thing I want to talk about, you guys, what we're trying to do this year, 2021, is offer you all training. We have great caregivers. We want the best caregivers out there. And what can we do? We can train you guys. Milton and Courtney and I, we interview new caregivers. We do it now through Zoom, which we're getting pretty good at. And what I'm looking for when I'm interviewing the caregivers, not that she has a 2 years experience, that she can transfer somebody. I'm looking for that first quality that every one of you guys have, and that's compassion. You can't learn compassion, you have to have compassion. That's why you're all caregivers. You're not compassionate if you're not an Encore caregiver. What I can do, though, is offer you training, and that's what we're going to do. We've tried different methods of it. COVID-19 is making it challenging, but we came up with a really good plan to reach every one of you. I know your time is limited. I know you can only do so much, and you only have certain times. You're with your family or with your clients, but you want to learn. You want to advance. You want to know things. How can you do that? We can offer to you in a number of ways, and we have it down there. One of them is something I loved, and we've been doing it this past year, but it's now limited with COVID-19, is you guys come into the office, we go over a subject like catheter care or something like that. We demonstrate it in there, and then we get to talk as caregivers to caregivers what works. You know, I love that. Of course, we're going to have to limit that a little bit because of the closeness of the mask, but we're going to be offering that every month, certain days. You're going to say, well, I'm not available Thursdays. I can't reach everybody on these days. So what we're going to do, we're going to offer it one a month, and then it'll go online, and you can take it online. That's another way of doing it. You won't be able to interact as much with the caregivers, but it's one way. Another way we're going to do it is we are going to put in a lab in the office. You know, Milton and Mary Lou are willing to do that. Our office is not gigantic, but we're moving things around. It's going to have a hospital bed. It's going to have a Hoyer lift. It's going to have G-tube feeding. You guys ever do G-tube feeding? So you want to learn how to do it? I'm going to let you do it in the skills lab. You have catheter care. Maybe you haven't done it in a while. I'll let you do it in the skills lab. You know, I think all our caregivers have all these skills, and then I'll find out a client might say, she didn't know how to take a blood pressure. Hopefully every one of our caregivers know how to take blood pressure, and everybody knows what a blood pressure should be. So what is a regular, sitting down, adult blood pressure supposed to be? 120/80. Thank you, thank you, thank you for knowing. You know what that is, but you know what the 120 stands for. You know what the 80 stands for. You know what happens when someone has a low blood pressure. You know what happens if someone has a high blood pressure. These are things for people that want to learn a little bit more about their clients. My client has a low blood pressure. What do I do for that? What am I looking at? This is what I want to teach you guys. I don't want you to just be regular, everyday caregivers. I want you to have the opportunity to learn more and be a better caregiver. So we're going to do that, but we are starting something even better. It costs money, but Mary Lou and Milton are willing to do it. We're offering an online courses next year, 2021. A certain amount of people that are very interested in doing this will be asked to do this. You take a module, I'm requesting one module a month. You're assigned it, and you have to do it. It's a 1-hour course. You get a certificate at the end, and any CNAs, this qualifies for your points, or you have to get 12 a year, right? This will qualify for that. I'm offering 2 every month, but you only have to do 1 month. You only have to say that you're going to do the 1. So this is another, it's called In the Know. Any information is on the back wall, and we're going to ask you if you're interested in it. So it covers a lot of different subjects you wouldn't know about. Like I was saying, diabetes, you can learn about diabetes. Safe transfers, you can learn about that. So it's something for people, and you know what you can do? You can do this on your own time, is the best thing. If you have 11 o'clock at night and you want to do it, you can do it for 15 minutes, go back, do it the next day, and do it 10 minutes. You don't have to do it all at once. So it's a way for you guys to be trained. I want you guys to be the best trained caregivers out there in Houston. We're going to give you the opportunity. I love training. I love knowledge, and I think you guys do too. So we're going to give you every opportunity, online, in person, online, and in person, blended, whatever way you think works best. So I'm very excited about 2021. I'm very excited about Encore investing in your training, and you guys should be very happy to be part of it. So we'll ask you to sign up, and we'll teach you more about the training in the future, but it's going to be a great year. That's me on my training.
Talking about the forms online, the training courses. Okay, let me just tell you real quick. How many of you guys have ever been on EncoreCaregivers.com? Fabulous site. I do say so myself. You guys, all you have to do now, because of stupid COVID, we put things on the site. So if you go on EncoreCaregivers.com, all the way to the right, you'll see employment. You touch it, it drops down. The third one says current caregivers. You touch current caregivers, and on that page, there are a bunch of training opportunities. Cindy, help me with this. It's perineal and catheter care. It's
Alzheimer's client.
oh yeah, conversing or something, communicating with a
Combative client.
yeah, combative client. There's all kinds. And Milton is such a neat camera aficionado that he has recorded past in-services to where you can watch the video and then there's a test afterwards. Take the test. You complete the test and you hit submit. It goes directly to Marielle. She grades it and she'll give you feedback on it. If it's 80% or higher, that goes directly into your file as training for the year. If it's less than 80%, she'll go, why don't you watch the video again, take it again. That's just how that goes. So we have, I'm going to say 6 or 7 opportunities on there now. And then when In the Know gets added, it's just going to be tons and tons of opportunity. So In the Know is a company, and they're offering these modules, these courses. And it's big time stuff. It's not like feel good every day. It's not this ethereal stuff. It's healthcare stuff that Cindy's been talking about. If you're interested at all in doing In the Know, I'm going to text you after this meeting. All I need you to do is respond yes to it. Yes. And then Cindy will be back with you with details on In the Know training. Okay?
And there's some flyers back here too.
Yeah, you have to grab those flyers on the way out, okay? About training online, there are 2 different ones for In the Know, is that right? Something like that. The last thing I want to talk to you about is Liz in our office. Y'all, I'll talk with her, but let me tell you what she's kind of our techie queen over there. And what she has done, we're working with Adobe and working with our consultant on the web. You guys, when Milton and I first started, if you wanted to get a form to fill out because you wanted time off, you had to drive into the office, you had to get the form, you had to fill it out, and you had to hand it in, and then those days are gone. Liz got it up to the fact where she could actually have an e-signed document. She could email it out to you. All you do is request it, and then you get the document, and then you could e-sign it, fill it out, e-sign it, and send it back to us. But now we're moving forward from that, and we're putting them all on the web. So when I say all, it's like availability form, request for time off, accident, incident, whatever report. There's all kinds of documents that y'all need from time to time. It would be just terrific if you could go online and, okay, so where do you go? EncoreCaregivers.com. We have 1 document up now, and we're working to get more up. And it'll come pretty quickly. EncoreCaregivers.com. You go all the way to the right, it says employment. You hover there, and you go down. The third little category is current. You click current, you see all the training. And then at the very bottom, you see all the forms, okay? All you have to do is click on, fill out, e-sign, send back. It's cool. And when, requests for time off and other forms like that, go directly to Liz, okay? I think that's neat. We're kind of excited about that. Okay. So then mentor and all that stuff you want to talk about?
Some of you guys heard about the mentoring program in the past. We've got some new additions onto that, but that mentoring program is all about the caregivers. Right now, we want to have a special acknowledgement for one of the caregivers that have been with us for, she said it, I couldn't say any better than she said, day 1. Come on up here. I met Linda, I think the day 1 that I stepped in Encore Caregivers. She was one of the first caregivers that I met. And as I think about Linda and all the interactions that her and I have had over that period of time, and all the different cases that she's been on, and how many clients that she has just absolutely made to feel awesome, providing great care. She's just extremely dedicated, persistent, loving, awesome caregiver. And we just didn't want this session to end without telling you that, Linda, and telling you how much we really appreciate you. Actually, we love you, Linda.
11 years. 11 years.
And I hope she's not the last 11-year caregiver. And we got some that are coming up on it. And really, you're the backbone of who we are. You really influenced our company, how we relate to our clients. I know I've learned so much from each and every one of you. I knew nothing about this business when I stepped in. You guys have been my teachers the whole time. I really, truly appreciate all the insight that you've given me. Gifted and talented, for sure. How many of you have ever tried something, you've gone out, did it, and it just didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out? You know, plenty of time. And if somebody might suggest that you try that, you do it again, and you go, nah, I tried that, it didn't work. Well, that's what a situation we find ourselves in with the mentoring program. That, boy, it seemed like a good idea when we were brainstorming around the conference table, and let's get this thing, let's go out and let's give it a try. Well, it didn't really work out the way we thought it did. And I asked Courtney, we're sitting at the conference table, I go, Courtney, why didn't that should have been a great program. How come we couldn't make that work? Well, Courtney, in her way, she gives me the two answers. Milton, we lack commitment, and we lack structure to the program. That was it.
That's right.
So, why don't you tell them what we're going to do, Courtney?
All right, so we're bringing on an awesome caregiver on board. She's been with us for quite some time. Her name is Lily Massey. Okay, she's going to be what's called a field coordinator. Or did I butcher that one? But anyways, so what she's going to do, she's going to help me out because, as you guys know, there's so many caregivers, and it's really tough, you know, trying to reach out to each and every one of you, as well as the new caregivers that are coming on board. She's going to help me as far as structuring, showing them the Encore way, okay? And just kind of navigating them through, you know, when they go into new clients, going with them for a couple of hours and things of that nature. So I'm excited. I'm really excited because we're going to try to have structure this time and organize, you know, be very organized. So you guys may get a chance to talk to her, you know, hopefully when you guys can come to the office and come see us. So you guys will have opportunity to meet Miss Lily Massey. She's an awesome caregiver, like a lot of you guys. But I'm excited. You guys will hear more about it soon. Also, if you guys know awesome caregivers like yourself, send them this way, okay? We can use some more caregivers that come on board that stay with us for 11 plus years. It would be great. It would be awesome. I know you guys get tired of seeing those broadcasts, me harassing y'all, so that means I need help. Okay, I need help. I need some good caregivers, you know. I need another week with no more no call, no shows. No more four people calling off. So if you guys know some folks, please send them our way.
But they have to be as awesome as you are.
That's right.
Right? They've got to be awesome caregivers.
That's right. And I want to take the time to thank those that have helped me at the call of duty when I was in a pinch, or Mary Ellie when she was in a pinch. You know, when you see those blasts go out, or overtime approved, you know, or something that's on the other side of Houston. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough, okay, for helping us. There's a lot of you guys in here. Thank you. What time is it, Maggie?
No, last one. it out right now. And it's just 3, 4, 5 questions, whatever. When would you like the training? How would you like the training? You know, what did you think of the training? That kind of thing. So if you take that, and then on your place setting or whatever, you had I attended and you check Friday, and then you have to print and sign your name. That's the only way you're going to get credit for coming today, so please do that. You'll turn that in at the desk to Maggie when you leave.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Please don't forget to pick up the in the know